Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. So in this video lecture we are going to discuss about plant anatomy. So before going to start a video lecture, we have to know that what are the meaning of anatomy. So basically anatomy means internal structure of all living organisms such as plant as well as animal. So we are going to discuss internal structure of plants and their parts is known as a plant anatomy. So let's start our video lecture. So what are the concept of plant anatomy? So plant anatomy in which study of internal structure of various organ or plant. So plant anatomy is a study of internal structure of various organs such as mitochondria, vacuoles, and etc. So we are going to study internal structure. In their internal structure they may include cells, and we all know that it is a basic unit of all living beings. So the founder of plant anatomy, which regretted as Angry and M. Malfigi. So while a tissue is a group of cell which a particular function and set similar function. So the term tissue which given by N. Grew. So what are the concept of plant anatomy? So you can see that a proper plant which categorized into three tissues. First is meristematic tissue, permanent tissue and excretory tissue. So firstly it is a diagram of longitudinal, and while B is a cross section. It is a position of meristematic. So what are the function of meristematic tissue? It is a immature, and permanent tissue is a support in differentiation, while secretory tissue which help in excretory products. So plant anatomy. In this lecture we are going to discuss their parts. So there are mostly three types of parts of plant. Firstly root, stems and leaf we are going to study deeply. So first is root. So as we all know that root is found in underground, which develop from radicle of the plant embryo. Root does not have beard and no nodes. Root systems are basically two types. First is taproot and adventitious root, and we can also say that dicot root or monocot root. So in this diagram you can see that monocot root. So there is a root structure: cortex, protoxylem, metaxylem, pith, phylum, pericycle and endodermis and apicellum. So what are the function of cortex? It is a circular structure, and as well as it is a wall, isodermic and parenchymatous cells, and have many intercellular cell. While the photoxylem, it is the element which is vessel with thick which have angular thick. So what and metaxylem, it is a pith vessel and polygonal section. It is also, we can see that phylum and xylem which help in transport of water from one position to another position, while the pith, it is a center area of root, while epivena, it is a unicellular tubular and which help in absorption of water from the soil. So as we discuss function of root, which help in absorption of water from the soils and protect from germs and bacteria and help in growing plant. Now we are going to discuss stem. So stem is developed from permo embryo, which is a lateral branch which develop from bird and adventitious buds. There is two types of stems: dicot stem and monocot stem. So firstly, we are going to discuss dicot stem is a circular, for example shown in many plants such as sunflower, cucumber and many more. While monocot, it is shown only maize, grass, wheat and further little bit of. While the internal structure of a dicot stem is cortex, which is important, that's why I mention here. So cortex is divided into two types: hypodermis and general cortex. So while the endodermis, it is a made of parenchyma cell and sclerodermatous cell. So while the monocotyl stem, epidermis, hypodermis and ground tissue which are made of sclerodermatous cell and bundle sheet. So there is one difference between dicot stem and monocot stem. There is a presence of parenchymal cells, and while monocot stem there is no presence of parenchymal cells. Now we are going to discuss leaf. So in this we are going to discuss about leaf. There is two types of leaf shown in different plant. Firstly is dicot plant and monocot plant. So you can see this diagram of both. There is a diagram of dicot leaf. So you can see that there is two types of upper dermis. Firstly is upper dermis, second is lower dermis. There is also bundle sheet is present and xylem and phylum present in the center of cells. Spongy parenchyma is also present. Is air sacs and stoma also they are present in dicot leaves. So Dicot's leaf is dorsal surface which are more strong and ventral shape. So mesophyllum cell and spongy cells which are towarded as a dorsal surface, while the vascular bundle co-jointed, which co-jointed and surrounded by the parenchymatous cells. You can see in the diagrams. So while now going to discuss monocot leaf, you can see this diagram. There is two types of upper dermis. Firstly is firstly is upper and second is lower dermis. You can see this mesoxylem is also mesophyllum is also present. Xylem and phylum also present. You can see their xylem is center position while phylum is lower position, and air sac and stoma is also present while cuticle is also present. So these are grow in leaf, and they do not have any difference between their dorsal and ventral surface. They both surface which are receive equal amount of sunlight. There is no difference between their leaf. Their dorsal or ventral surface is similar to each other, while mesophyll is not as palisade and spongy tissues. So in this video lecture we are going to discuss about plant anatomy, which we are going to discuss their part. Firstly we are going to discuss their roots, stem and leaf in the types of monocot and dicot plants. Thank you, and keep watching and keep supporting, and do not forget to subscribe and share with your friends.